Ik choke nu al. English. I am English. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Ram Artworks. I'm Ram, and this is Ram Artworks. Godverdomme. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new photography prompt video. I am Ram from Ram Artworks, and we are doing a new review of the photos that have been submitted for this week's photo prompt. If you're wondering what's going on, I made a photography prompt challenge on my art server, which is called Ram's Creative Corner. If you like being creative, this is the place to do it, not just for drawing, but for every type of media. The photography prompt, it's a shared mission in which all participants go out into the world and take a photo that represents the prompt. And as a community, we're going out there taking photos and reviewing them together in order to get better with photography. As you can see, we're out here in the middle of Beijing, Hong Kong. Yeah, we're going to review some photos, and you're probably wondering why I'm saying we, because it's just me out here. I actually want to introduce you to my co-host for today's episode, Boyd. Come over here. Yeah. Are we still recording?
Still recording? Okay. I think we are.
So, Boyd, what brings you here today?
Public transport.
Okay. Very epic. We also got a full crew in the background there. Shout out to them for setting up this monumental recording session.
We're here to look at some photos.
Indeed.
We're also going to take some photos.
Yeah.
This, what is it, month? Week,
month, episode.
This photography prompt is all about scale.
Exactly.
And how we can play with that.
Exactly. So let's jump
right into the news.
Hell yeah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
We're professionals.
First impressions. I'm looking at a pizza box. Right.
Yeah, and I think that says it all, because the pizza box is not the thing that the picture is about.
Yeah, because if you actually zoom in, you'll see that little green little bug right there.
Little dude.
And that's a pretty nice contrast. I like how that looks.
Well, I'm gonna be the negative one here. You have a subject in this photo.
Right.
The little dude. And you could have done just a little bit more to make it clear that he is the subject, in my opinion.
I agree.
It comes down to the framing of the photo. I think if you would have gotten on his level, so right now the picture's looking down on him. If you would have gotten on his level, so take the camera a bit down.
Yeah, more of a lower angle type thing.
It feels like the picture's more about the pizza box than about the little dude.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's a shame, because when do you ever open up your fridge and there's this little dude sitting there, right? Because that's what I do like about this picture. It is like, you saw the thing and you went like, this would be a good picture, and you did the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
As we professionals say.
We're not professionals.
No, we're not.
I guess that would be the biggest fault of this photo, but not really a fault, more like a thing to look out for next time. You should decide your subject and your background.
You should put your phone on silence.
You should decide your background and your subject a little bit better. But that doesn't take away of the fact that you captured a pretty unique moment here.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I agree. So let's move on to the next picture.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You did it. Okay, can I start?
Yeah.
So, we've got a picture of a little needle here. As for the prompt, the skill is in the fact that it's a teacup, right? Normally a teacup is pretty insignificant, it's pretty small, but you've actually made it like really big. It's like 50% of your photo is the teacup. I guess the only thing that I would really try to improve is the depth of field in this photo.
I feel like you're trying to do too much.
What do you mean?
Well, I feel like right now the picture is about the needle and the teacup, like two very small things seemingly made big. That's what I like here. Here you see that the lens is at that lower position.
Yeah.
It does amplify this feeling of scale. Sadly, the needle is out of focus.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it actually is.
It slightly is.
Yeah, you're right.
Which I just feel is kind of sad.
Yeah, it must have been focused on the teacup specifically, right?
Yeah, and I feel like maybe if it was the needle that was in focus, the background would have been less in focus. Because right now there's so much happening in the background that I feel is distracting from what is happening in the foreground.
Yeah.
This is something you could do by just cropping in.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Immediately, you're like already thinking like, oh, but it's a needle. What's that next to it? Oh, it's a teacup. Wow, that's giant. It's like, right? And that's just by leaving out other things. The power of
the lack of information.
Not showing something.
Yeah, exactly. Less is more.
Yeah.
What would you say would be a good guideline for next time?
I think if you had taken away like the computer from the background,
right, So in the sense of scale for the prompt, I think it's a success.
Yeah. It's just, I feel storytelling-wise, crop it into a square, take away the background, take away a little bit of the foreground, and all of a sudden, you'll see that the subject starts to pop. You can pronounce.
Kseou.
Kseou. Kseou? Like Kseou?
Right. Okay. You just keep thinking about that, and I'll do the. I'll start with this photo. We've got a beautiful picture of the beautiful sky in between a couple of buildings here, and I really like the perspective that's going on here. For the prompt scale, it immediately gives me this feeling like I'm like a small little ant on the floor, right? And I'm like looking up, and I think that's a really strong photo right there. Color-wise, it's just this tiny bit muted, which I really like. It gives sort of an industrial feel.
I freaking love the colors in this one. So much that I say freaking instead of fucking.
Oh my goodness.
The blue of the sky also reflected in the buildings, great. And then the rest of the buildings are almost this silver gold-like. It's like the teal and orange thing, but then its own form. The contrast is just great. Yeah. The framing, I love it. It really makes you feel small. It makes you feel kind of insignificant. So a sense of scale is truly there.
Absolutely.
And then he even wrote like a good little story.
Before that though, one more thing is the reading direction of your photo is really strong. It really guides me into where I'm supposed to look. And it's clear that the center of the photo is like the point of attention. So big thumbs up for that.
Yeah. Even when you start to scan the photo, your eyes kind of drift down, but then they automatically send you back up to the sky. So
exactly.
That's great.
And in a sense, even the scale that you're portraying here is the scale of the universe.
Yeah, this feels like somebody who knows what they're doing.
Exactly. The story.
Standing beneath the glass towers, I felt the weight of the sky pressing down, as if the world had grown too large for me to carry.
Oh.
Yet, in that towering silence, I realized it was never the buildings that loomed. They were only mirrors, reflecting how small we chose to be. Oh fuck, it says choose to be. I think
aside from the written story, you've already got a pretty good story in your photo in general.
Yeah. I don't even know what I would give as a tip. The only thing I can think of is there's a bit of, I feel, lens distortion.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. The little warping on the top.
There's a bit warping. If taken care of, I think if those buildings were like straight as an arrow, it would have given even more this sense of almost dehumanization of the world, right? These straight lines, and that's so nitpicky, by the way. It's such a nitpicky thing.
This is like we're already past the threshold of it being an interesting photo. So good job.
Good job.
Very epic. Should we give like ratings?
No, because it's very hard to do that consistently.
Yeah, it's not a contest. So.
You get a sticker.
Yeah, you did it, man. You did it. Congratulations. Next up, Mauquack. I live in a relatively small town in the middle of Finland. So instead of something large, I had to go to the opposite side of the scale spectrum. Nice.
Cool.
This is an old tree stump that is now an ant colony.
I think that's cool, because this already shows him taking the prompt and really putting in the effort, really thinking of something.
Oh man,
that's already cool. Ooh, wow.
I love the sharpness of this photo.
Yeah, this takes a long time to load.
Yeah, I'm actually putting it in landscape.
No, I'm too lazy.
This is genuinely like a Windows wallpaper, like built in, like built into the system. You know, the colors.
I think I see some brain pieces on the floor there. Are you okay, man?
Okay. The colors, that's like the first thing that stands out to me. The sharpness and the colors.
It's again, blue and orange.
Dude, you're right.
Blue and orange, man.
Why does it all, it's like a cheat code.
It is, but it's a really great cheat code.
I
love
zoom in,
the fact that the part with the most saturation color-wise is the center. It's that orange thing.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So that works really well. I love how there's almost nothing to give me a reference of scale of the outside world.
Because this is the world.
This is the world. So right? I don't see an horizon. I don't see anything else to make me feel... Yeah, there's some little leaves and stuff, and even then it's hard to really tell how big it is. So that... I think that works really well, because if you zoom in on certain points and you would have gone like, no, this is a mountain range in like South America or something, like, yeah, sure, man, I believe you.
Actually, we always point out the faults in photos and stuff, like, oh, you should have color graded, or oh, you should have cropped. But I think it's also important to point out that this might already have been color graded and cropped. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is. And
Yeah, looking at the aspect ratio, yeah.
And I think you did a really good job paying attention to what you need to leave in and what you should leave out of the photo. That's like a giant win right there.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I feel if I really do have to give a tip, is the story mentions an ant colony. And I can't see any ants, so I'm like,
where's the ants?
Where's the ants, man? Where's my little dudes at?
Okay, 0 out of 10, no ants.
Yeah, 0 out of 10, no ants. Try better next time. This is real low effort of you.
Yeah, you should have known. You should have hired like an ant colony guy and like put him in the...
Proving once again that Sweden is better than Finland. Yeah, I went there.
I think the fact that
I went there. There's a reason you're not part of Scandinavia. I'm getting very political.
I mean, that's what this is all about.
I guess.
It's politics hidden in photos.
I love Finland. Perkele, Hajavitu.
Finland number
Satana.
1, Sweden number 2. Anyway, big W.
Yeah, I'm starring it as well. This one.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, next one.
Awesome job, dude. You did it.
Yeah.
Congrats. Okay, exotic with 2 photos. I have no idea.
I think they're both the same.
Well, I'm looking at it. Skill. You got to think about the prompt. Skill.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
What feeling does this spark? Exactly. It's a bit messy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to focus on exactly. And
dude,
yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
Fucking video in the back.
I see the meme in the background.
Well, it's the pancake boat.
Don't buy those pancakes.
Okay, no.
Anyway, it's a bit of a messy photo.
Yes.
I'm not sure what you're trying to tell here, what kind of story you're trying to tell. It's a bottle of perfume, which is lit up pretty interestingly, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'm looking at this picture, I see skill in it. I see work put into it, the lighting and all that.
Yeah.
And it just kind of falls apart prompt-wise.
It feels a bit rushed, maybe unprofessional, maybe. We're not supposed to be professional or anything, but...
No, but if you take away all the other stuff, this could almost be like a brand photo of this bottle of perfume. Yeah. And the way that would have been taken, right? You have a bit of the skew from the perspective. The picture is taken looking up, which is a really great way to emphasize scale.
True.
To make it feel like the viewer is small.
Yeah.
I just feel like because you went for a joke, you sabotaged yourself.
I agree.
Because sometimes, you might feel like, oh, I'm doing something that's a bit cheesy.
Yeah, like you don't want to expose yourself and what you're trying to do. So you make this joke out of it so that you're like safe in the like, oh, it was just a joke sort of bubble.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're all kind of vulnerable here, We're all kind of putting ourselves out there. Yeah, it's like I want to see you.
I see what it could be.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that it's not.
Yeah, so next time, really try to like put like an emotion in your photo, like put a bit of yourself in there, in the sense that everyone can just look at it and appreciate it for what it is,
Or if you truly feel like making a funny picture, lean into that all the way.
Yeah.
Go for it. Right now, it's trying to do both, and by being both, it's neither.
The potential is so big.
Yes.
That we almost feel sad that it's not there.
Yes. He stood as if time had forgotten him,
while
the scale of the universe continued to hurry dance around his stillness. Another picture from Kseou.
What do we do actually with multiple entries like this?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna make an executive decision right here.
Do that.
Let's just skip this one with the dark picture.
Yes.
And move right to the picture in like nightlight.
Yes.
So, apologies. Last one from me, as I don't want to spam.
But you did.
Let me do the story. Yeah, you kind of did though. He moved like a ghost to the city's pulse, his shadow stretching long against the blur of speeding time. A fleeting mark in the skill of a night that would forget him.
Cue the Blade Runner.
Yeah, this is such a unique perspective.
I love it, because you have this crisscross of the different paths.
Is that the London tube
system?
That
looks like the London Underground. So there's probably some knives in this picture.
Some stabbing in the background. No, but the long exposure is sick.
Long exposure is dope.
It's really cool.
I think it works. Funny enough, it works the best for the guy on the top part of the bridge who somehow
he's like a ghost.
Yeah, which I like really well.
Yeah. It's kind of what's the word? It's like this asymmetric perspective.
Yeah.
Like I'll show what that is in editing here. But it's basically this perspective where all of the perspective points align with each other.
There's no converging lines.
Yeah, exactly. That makes this photo pretty unique. I think if I had to give some feedback, I would say maybe make it a bit more of a cool photo, color-wise. You know, I think if you put the white balance to one specific point and maybe underexpose that lighting down there, I mean, that's pretty hard because you're doing long exposure. It could have been maybe a bit more of a clear photo, and you would have had more defined sort of subjects to look at. Because right now it's a bit of a haze.
The thing with photography is that the human eye is naturally drawn to very bright things.
Yeah.
Which is why if you look at like a Hollywood movie or whatever, you'll find that the background oftentimes is way darker than the subjects.
Exactly, because that separates the things.
And here, because you have this really bright thing in the middle, and then you also have the car streaks going on. So I think, if anything, I'd say there's too much happening in this picture.
Yeah.
Which again is one of its powers, that there's so much happening. Chaos is a very powerful tool. It's just really hard to control.
All in all, though, pretty cool photo.
Hawkeassault.
Whoa.
Last minute entry. He was driving home, and he was stopped at the stoplight, and he found his submission. He quickly drove home, came back with his camera, and shot this. Something I admire. If you see something, sometimes it just sticks with you, and you're like, I want to take a picture of this.
Yeah, and then you just do it, and then you get this beautiful sort of lighting, like taking over the whole photo. I love how the sun in the back there is like 50% of your photo, basically, and it bleeds into the cars and into the road and stuff. And the colors right here, they are so well married together that I don't know, I get a really warm feeling out of this. It's like it's almost like Walking Dead, you know?
I'm really in love with the depth of field as well. Feels very tilt shifty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you've got the blur in the beginning there. That advertisement really stands out, though.
Yeah, that was my next point. The advertising board on the side, which I would have cut it out with Photoshop or something.
I would have darkened it. Or maybe make it more yellow.
But again, at the same time, just crop it like this.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I could say about this picture is that was a banana.
The color matching could use a tiny bit more improvement.
Yeah,
just on that advertisement. But
the advertisement board. But
we're only talking about this because it's such a good picture already.
You'll find once we start to really get into the really minute details, it's because we can't find anything else to compare.
Yeah, because it's wallpaper material.
This is great, yeah.
And the last thing I want to say is that I love the leading lines of your photo.
Yeah.
It's like on the top left, straight to the middle, bottom left, straight to the middle. Like the perspective really is consistent, and I really like that about the photo.
Scale-wise, though.
The thing, though, with the prompt scale is that we typically try to find a contrast in photos, like small thing, big thing, or showing like the difference in things. But the scale here could also be the fact that there's so many cars.
Yeah, but then I feel like maybe the picture would have been better if he had the center of the two lanes in the center, and not because right now it's like one highway. If you had all those poles.
If you were focusing on the amount of cars, then yeah.
But I like it.
It's pretty goddamn good still.
It's still a pretty goddamn good picture, yeah.
So, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Move on to the next.
Cool photo, thank you.
As Dave said, it looks very cinematic. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Sure. Did we have Mango before?
Yeah, we had Mango before.
Okay.
So we're going to speed things up a little bit because my ass hurts.
Mango found some water and took a picture of it. I think here again, get that camera a little bit lower. Could have emphasized the scale. The picture, quality-wise,
it's very sharp.
Wise, it's very sharp. It's very good. Love the colors.
I like the white frame around it as well.
Yeah.
It actually gives this sort of framed, sort of like have a look at this part of the world feeling, you know?
This is a picture where a macro lens would have shined.
Oh, absolutely.
To really get those bubbles looking huge.
Of course, it's not about the gear.
It's not about the gear, by the way. I don't know if what this was shot on. Maybe it was a prime lens. Maybe it was I think it's a prime lens. Looking at the depth of field.
Could be.
A cheap way to turn a 50mm into a prime lens is to hold it backwards against your camera.
Why does that work?
Physics. But it does. It's a very cheap way. So that's something to mess around with. Love the picture. Scale could have been better, but the technical qualities of the pictures are very good.
Yeah, I super agree.
Yes, cool.
I mean, I'd love to dive deeper, but like, I don't know if there's much else to say about the photo. It's just very nice.
I also want to move on to the next picture. It's not mine, but I think it really shows how you can play around with scale without necessarily having a very technical setup or anything. So now we go to Maxine. We didn't have much to shoot, rained all week, and I don't have a weather sealed body. Don't we all? So on the way to trade school, shot an airplane, which I think still nicely fit with the prompt. The higher we fly, the smaller we feel.
You shot an airplane? I mean, 9/11 just happened, right? It's like 13/11. Wait, 9/13 right now? Oh my goodness, that is so sick.
This is great, yeah.
It looks like a SpaceX launch.
Yeah, I was about to say, this looks like a rocket going into space or something. I love the way it has like the coloring of the sky is just, it feels like the great unknown. Like, it almost feels like I'm looking at the sea.
Yeah, it's like a reflection of the sea.
This
almost.
one is making me feel very poetic. I really like this one.
Big points for just the minimalism of this photo.
Yeah, putting that plane in that center.
I love it.
Love it.
It's just so directed, you know, this photo, and it tells a story because you can start thinking about like what the world is going on in this photo exactly. And you can start wondering about like, hey, what's this environment?
The only tip I could give, and I feel like it's already there, like a little vignette just to get the contrail a bit darker on the bottom, so
yeah, I noticed that too.
A bit more naturally go with your eyes to the center. But there's not much I can say about this picture.
I can say one thing.
I love this.
This is probably the best scale prompt entry so far.
Yes, 100%.
The fact that it's just it has to be huge to be that high up in the sky, but it looks so small.
Also, what this illustrates is you don't have to like do all this crazy work to get this perfect picture. It can just be this moment you capture.
Yeah.
Which, that's photography. You capture moments.
Exactly.
Are you ready though for the next picture?
Let's get it.
Because I'm not.
Ooh, Blastboyd. Wait.
How about you talk and then I can give some feedback about questions.
You can start crying if it's like too much.
No, I can tell you why or how.
Actually, we can interview a random passerby. Yeah, hey, look, I see a guy right there. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, there's the guy over there with glasses who's about to walk on by, and we can ask him what he thinks about this picture.
Okay, I'll go ask him. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yo, welcome.
Yo, what do you think of this photo, dog?
What photo are we talking about?
Yeah, right here.
That looks nice. I like the smaller boat. Boat.
Oh yeah.
It's like showing off who has the biggest boat. I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I missed the deadline technically.
That's the story of my life.
That's fair enough.
You guys don't know half of it.
Goodness. So I didn't have much time, but had a quick chance today. Let's see. The giant boat and the small boat in the foreground right there. First of all, Boyd, I think you could have toned down the coloring a bit.
Yeah, I went crazy. I color graded this on my way home in public transport.
No way.
On my phone. So that's why I went a bit crazy.
I think the blue is too present.
Yes,
and
I agree.
The cloud up top is like super present because of how blue it is exactly, and it draws my attention a bit too much. You know, I want to focus on the boats, but I'm looking more at the background right now than the boats themselves.
So I'm gonna do a thing.
Whoa!
I have the clouds on a different layer because I masked them out.
Let's fucking go.
So I could literally go in there and just dial down just a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I think that's already better, but can you decrease the contrast?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I made the shadows a bit red.
Oh, yeah. What? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, no worries. I made the shadows a bit red, so maybe by changing those, you can already see the color of the water starting to change.
Oh yeah, I feel you. But I think there's just not enough detail in the color.
Well, also that's because I cropped in 8 shit ton on this picture. You know, are you ready for this?
Oh yeah. Okay, now I see what's going on.
So as you can see, it was quite the crop.
What would you try to do different next time?
Spend more than 5 minutes taking the picture.
Yeah, I feel that one.
Not shoot it on my phone. I have like a very fancy iPhone. The zoom lens does some amazing stuff, but it just all falls apart the moment you take
quick pictures
like this.
Yeah.
And also I looked at the picture on my computer, and by God, I put way too much grain on it. Just way too much grain.
Well, to close it off, I think for the prompt skill, it definitely fulfills the mission.
Yeah, that's what the main thing I was going for.
Good job. Proud of you.
Yeah, I did my best with the timer that I had.
Now
I did like it. That's one thing I... The whole idea of the photography prompt, what it really does is it plants this little seed in the back of your head, like, hey, I'm gonna look at the world in this way.
Yeah, you're gonna analyze things.
Yeah, and for that reason, I love doing this. I think this shit is great.
I think so too, man.
I'm gonna try and join these more often.
Dude, I am so happy that you're here.
So please do them more often.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have you.
You should all ask him to do it more often. Let's do it every month. Let's just do it the first week of every month.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
So we can like plan our days more easily for this, right?
I mean, I'm pretty good with planning.
Right, Jigsaw? Consistency, you know?
We were supposed to meet at 2 today. We met at 4.
Yeah.
4:30. 5.
5. We met at 5, yeah.
Because of me.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, thank you, man, for being here. And I really like doing this stuff. It gives me nothing in return, like monetary-wise or like view-wise. It's pretty low.
Oh, shit.
But I'm having a good time, and that's what it's all about.
Desi and Liquid did some last-minute submissions.
Wait, did we reach the end already?
No. There are still some other pictures.
I will skip those.
If I want to do them in rapid fire. This is what you get for missing the deadline.
That's a good point.
You don't get full attention.
That's fair, yeah. Just a simple plain old photo. This is what I usually see when I come back from school. Blah, 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 blah. Story.
So
Canon.
you shot this with a telephoto lens. Telephoto, it compresses things. In this case, it kind of works with the scale, but at the same time, I feel like if this tree is truly this big, maybe you could have made it look bigger by getting closer to it, framing it up differently, going really close to the ground, looking up.
The colors could pop out a bit more.
Yeah,
though.
it's a bit
you could have done with just a bit more vibrance to really give that tree a bit more life.
At the same time, the fact that the tree has a bit less contrast informs us as a viewer that it's further away.
It's true.
Fun fact, look at the stuff in the background. If we go, you can see there's a bit less contrast. Hopefully you can, and it's not completely blown out because we're filming on a Canon from the year...
This is my baby.
Yeah,
it does everything.
Mine is over there. It's even older, I think.
It does everything.
But yeah, like that's something to think of. Like if you look at a mountain range far away, it seems almost black and white. Contrast lowers, saturation lowers. So
I guess
that
that's a
works.
plus point then.
Yeah. Okay, next up, fenced up. Great picture of a fence.
I like the depth of field.
I like the depth of field.
I like the colors.
I'm not feeling the scale.
Me neither.
No.
I guess you could argue that the trees in the background are bigger than the fence in front of it.
Yeah, cool photo.
But there's no subject.
Yeah. Yes. There's no subject, I feel.
Subject next time.
Subject.
All right, next up.
Next up, Maxine.
I know it's another super late entry, but I still wanted to squish this one in. One of my worst off shots. I still like it, so I thought I'd edit it in a way that I think it's decently fitting for the prompt. This looks like...
Street.
A street. No, I was thinking that tower looks like something we have in Amsterdam here too, but it's obvious.
Church?
Oh, yeah.
Scale-wise, kind of missing.
I feel that too, yeah. It feels too regular of a situation.
Because if I read the story, I feel what you want to show is like this person between this wall of things. And then the church kind of breaks the whole setup of this picture.
It's also shot at eye height, which we are very used to, all of us.
Yeah, which is what I've been saying, like get that camera low to the ground.
Exactly, make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
It's not a bad picture, but it doesn't really stand out to me that much.
Okay, do we have another picture? Land, rain and hail completely messed up my photo shoot plans. Had to make the best from the inside. It was harder than expected. I decided for a more centered approach on the leaf instead of the rule of thirds. First prompt submission using an actual camera. Okay, cool. Let's look at this.
That's not bad.
I get what you did centering the leaf. I think it would have been better if you at the same time also gotten the line straight of the thing that it's on. Scale-wise,
I like it. I like how the little droplets are on top of the already tiny leaf.
yes, but I feel that could have worked better if I didn't see the background.
A crop would really benefit this one.
Yes, or just slightly different angle, get that camera low, or get that camera all the way up top looking down.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All in all,
Picture
not a
looks
bad
great.
photo, though. Yeah.
Picture looks
Definitely
great.
not bad.
Love the depth of field, love the colors.
You're just getting the bullet points because
Yes.
you missed the deadline. Very bad. Very
Next
illegal.
one.
Right, so this photo immediately, it's just mountains. That's the caption of the photo, and to
This
me,
is like taken from like a tower or something. Or
it
the drone.
feels a bit too dark.
Yes.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of detail that is right there for the taking.
The fact that the mountains and the sky is this bright, and this is what my picture also has as a problem.
Yeah.
It
It's
takes
like-
away from the forest.
It looks like the subject is the sky,
Yeah.
which is not the point of your photo probably. So I think next time you should try to shoot at a better time of day, or maybe shoot with different settings or maybe a different location to better pick what you want to show the viewer of the photo exactly.
Yeah, I find it hard to discern the subject, but I do think it's a nice picture. I love the colors.
Aside from all of this, this would work as a phone wallpaper because of its lack in detail.
Yeah.
You just submitted this. You just submitted this, my bro.
Well, then he gets the really short
Good.
picture.
It is a picture.
It is a picture. And then we have Liquid.
Bro, you did not just shoot this week. No.
This is like in a different country. Where is it? Maastricht.
You wanna give a
This is
word
like
about
the
this
top
photo?
of a. Oh, did you sign your name?
I was in Maastricht.
I'll interview.
Did you shoot this with your phone?
I did shoot this with my phone, yeah.
You can see it from the distortion.
Yeah, it's on top of the tower. It was like,
Whoa.
how many stairs was it? I think it was like 150 stairs to come up there.
That's a lot of stairs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a great example of what we mean. Get that camera low and looking up.
Yeah, actually, that does make a really good point.
That's what it's a great example of. We're
It's funny because this is eye height. On top of the tower.
yeah.
Oh,
But still, because you have this extreme angle, it's with the wide angle. Great. I
enough.
think that's all the pictures.
yeah.
That was
Wow.
fun.
That took like an hour.
It did.
Jesus.
Have fun editing that.
Yeah, we should have a bit more structure so we can do this more easily next time for the participants as well, so that they know what to expect.
I think our takeaways for the next time.
I mean, I'm assuming you're going to be there.
Oh, I'd love to.
Fuck yeah.
For the next time, the people who submit their pictures, you get one.
Yes,
Make it count.
one picture only.
Make it count.
Yeah, I super agree on
And you
that.
can always go into the photography discussion channel and ask for feedback. There's an entire fucking party boat passing us by.
So one picture per person, and
If you miss the deadline, you get only short feedback.
yep.
Do you already have an idea for what the next prompt would be?
Nope, we're going to vote on that together, as we always do. But if you have any prompt ideas, definitely let me know, and I'll keep them in mind for the vote.
Comment down below if you want the next prompt to be about man versus machine.
Yeah. Whoa.
Like if you want the next prompt to be about shadows and light.
What if they comment and like?
No, you only get one.
Thank you for watching. Boyd, thank you for being here.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It was great.
Awesome.
Let's
Is
go
there-
out and see if we can get some more pictures so we can show some cool examples.
Yeah, here's my picture, by the way. Rate my picture in the comments.
Here's my picture, by the way.
We already.
There's another picture here.
Okay.
This is Liquid's picture right here.
Okay, I'm leaving.
This right here.
Yeah, I'm done.
This is just a little bug.
Done.
Look at him go. That's sick.